Hey guys, welcome back. We're definitely going to now get into the tools, the setup, and the environment because there is no perfect way to read tarot. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. Because one of the biggest things that stops beginners from reading tarot is thinking that they need the perfect spiritual setup. People think they need expensive crystals, candles everywhere, incense smoke, moon water, a giant altar, bringing perfect intuition, having the right zodiac sign, and all these spiritual gifts. And because of that, they delay actually practicing. So let me free you from that right now. There is no perfect setup. Tarot is about connection and not performance. What do you actually need? Well, let's really simplify this completely. All right. The only thing that you need is a tarot deck. That's the main tool. A calm enough space to really focus. Nothing too perfect. Nothing super aesthetically pleasing. Not Pinterest worthy. Just a calm enough space to really hear yourself think. Then later on, you can decorate it how you want. You don't need to be psychic already, even though we already are, if you didn't know. You just need observation skills more than anything. The spiritual industry sometimes makes beginners feel like if they don't have all these fancy tools, they're not spiritual enough. That's all false. Some of the best readers read at kitchen tables, they read in coffee shops, they read in notebooks, they read quietly in their room, in their closet at that. I've seen it all. The power is not in the aesthetic, you guys. That's for later on when you want to do a little fluff online, right? The power is in the awareness. Now, there are some optional tools that people use, and I'd like to add those in this video as well. So they're not required. Like I said, they're optional. Me, I love crystals. Some readers use crystals because they help create focus or intention. I programmed all of my crystals. For example, you'll see common ones like amethyst for intuition. People have a lot of clear quartz for clarity. They can wear black tourmaline for grounding and protection. They might have a rose quartz necklace on just to feel that emotional softness. But remember, crystals are support tools. They're not magic cheat codes. But you can set your intentions and program them the way that you like. It's your world. Now, as far as candles do help create atmosphere and focus. I used to love having candles everywhere. I would even have a glass of water for scrying. But that's it. You don't need candles for spirit to hear you. Let's go into the incense. Doing a smoke cleansing. Some people use Palo Santo. You can use sage. I like to recommend dragon blood sage over white sage. I did start with white sage, but when you're not educated on the background, where it's from and how to use it. So to create a ritual or a reset energy, use sage, or I like to use a spray. I have a specific spray that I use. It's Energy Shield Spray. It's totally up to you, you guys. Tarot cloths. So, yes, let's talk about it. Some readers use special cloths to protect their cards, or it just gives them the feel of creating a sacred space. Now, when I'm traveling, I will bust out a tarot cloth. I have specific ones, sizes for different places that I'm at. But that's just me. So, others read directly from the floor. Both are fine. There's no right or wrong. Now, journals. This is one thing that I do recommend because when you start this journey, there are other spiritual gifts that you have and they will come out and you will realize what you have even if you didn't before. All the clairs, clairsentient, clairaudient. There's so many. This is one tool that I do recommend is journaling. keep a specific tarot journal, because guess what? You will hear messages before you even pull a card, okay? You can even track your card meanings when you're doing it. You can start to notice patterns when you are drawing the cards. This is how you really improve your intuition. I also recommend in the beginning, maybe start documenting your readings, because then you can see your growth. You can also see, hey, have I been reading for myself or other people? Because there might be the same message each time you pull. Your tarot journal becomes your personal relationship with the cards. Now, as far as creating your environment really affects your focus more than spirituality. So the things that helped me would be, make sure you're in a quiet space. Your intuition gets drowned out when you're overstimulated. So if you feel safe, if you feel relaxed, that's the spot for you. If you're a person that is anxious, you feel rushed or distracted, it becomes a lot harder to interpret clearly when you're reading the cards. Another important thing is grounded energy. I always hear high vibes only, high vibes, right? You don't need to feel high vibrational. You just need to feel present. And what I mean by that is grounding your feet. Whatever grounding practices that help you, I recommend doing that before you start. And also adding in some breathing techniques as well. Certain things that I feel that you should probably avoid is some people try to learn tarot while doom scrolling. You'll be on social media and you're watching 30 readings at once. And then you start comparing yourself constantly. And what that does is it creates a lot of confusion. In addition, what I've also learned throughout my journey is that reading while you're emotionally spiraling through a situation in your personal life doesn't help who you're reading for. If you're extremely emotional, sometimes your fear just starts interpreting the cards instead of your intuition. So be mindful of that. Make sure that you're in a good mood to give a reading, especially when it's for someone else. And an important lesson I would like to add in is that tarot really reflects energy. So your emotional state is definitely going to matter. Let's call a spade a spade. But all in all, there is no right way to read tarot. This lesson is very important because a lot of beginners get trapped trying to read correctly. Some people shuffle differently. Some people spread cards differently. Some people pick cards differently. Some people read intuitively. Some people read traditionally. Some people use reversals. Some do not. Some people read with rituals. Some people just read casually. There's no tarot FBI coming to arrest you. Okay? The real goal is, can you understand the current energy honestly and clearly? And that's what matters. All right? Now, I do want to tap a little bit back into reversals. Some readers use upside down cards called reversals. Back in my day when I started, sure, I did it all, upright and reversals. Nowadays, I do not read reversals. And there's a reason for that. So some people do not, neither is wrong. Reversals can really represent a blocked energy, an internal energy, delays, some sort of imbalance. But in the beginning, if reversals overwhelm you, you do not need them yet. It's perfectly fine. A lot of times you'll start to realize throughout your journey that you're going to be picking up on energy anyways that's possibly in a reversal. And that reminds me, let's talk about being psychic. Everyone has psychic abilities. Some just not have tapped into them yet. You don't need to become a floating wizard to read tarot. A lot of tarot reading is through observation. It's through imagery, pattern recognition, emotional intelligence, the symbolism on the cards, and your intuition. Trust me, your intuition grows through everyday reading. So, in addition to that, you start to build your own style. If you've ever think of your most favorite person that you like to gain readings from. They have a specific style. So for yourself, you're going to eventually develop a reading style. Some people are very nurturing. Some people can be very direct and blunt. Some are even, it could hurt your feelings a little bit. They can get very deep. Some can be super funny. Some can even tap into music while they're reading. It can be a psychological kind of a reading. It can be very spiritual, and some can just be very practical. Your style is going to develop naturally over time, so don't think about creating one because you will gain one. And another important warning, do not copy readers online so much that you lose your own voice. I remember I had a few people that I looked up to, and I was like, okay, I took notes. So I love how I gained my own style. Tarot works best when it just flows through you naturally. And your personality is going to shine. So hopefully after this lesson, you feel less pressure to be perfect, because tarot is not about looking spiritual. It's not about performing spirituality. It's not about having rituals. It's about awareness, honesty, connection, and interpretation. So don't forget that your setup does not make you a powerful reader. It's your consistency. Now, in the next lesson, we're going to start learning how to actually understand all of these tarot meanings. And I'm going to give you a quick, simple, easy way to do it without overwhelming yourself trying to memorize all of these cards. So I'll see you on the next one.